Hi, Weenie. I hope y'all are doing good today. I'm not feeling so well today, but I wanted to record a video about um, Phil's cologne fiasco from today. I I was baffled. I don't know about y'all, but it was just wild how ridiculous this dude acted. I have 47 minutes of video to react to, and it's all just crash out and deflecting and projecting, and it's really entertaining. I had to do it for y'all. Okay, you're welcome. So let's get started. And I was like, what kind of idea could this dude possibly have, right? I was like, is he gonna do like a tool review? Is he gonna do he's been saying that he wanted to like review liquor, things like that. And no, with the post that Phil had put on his community page saying something about, oh, my audience is primarily men. And so I have this weird idea, but weird things usually do good nowadays. And I'm going to put it like, I'm going to announce my idea on today's podcast. That wasn't it.
In line with that, okay, something that I actually feel may be interesting to a certain audience. I don't think that it would be interesting to everyone.
I had to cut out a lot of stalling before this. I'm talking about 15 minutes of him stalling because I feel like he was embarrassed by his own idea, but he couldn't go back on it because he had already posted on his community page. So he had to commit. Because when I tell you that this man beat around the bush for like 15 minutes straight, it was just wild. So I cut all that out. You're welcome.
All right. But I think it would be interesting to a certain audience and demographic and percentile. All right. Would be if I did a show, or maybe even I did it as part of DSP Tries It, because I'm fleshing this idea out in my head right now. Okay. I haven't really decided yet what I want to do with it yet, if it even works. I want to present it to all of you right now. All right. So the idea is, instead of every 10 goals, I'm always constantly eating fast food. All right.
Why is he saying it like it's such a bad thing to him all of a sudden? He is always defending the fact that he does fast food for rewards. But all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm tired of it. Yeah, I bet your arteries and your heart and your cholesterol and your blood pressure are tired of it too.
I will every once in a while do a little bit of variety. And in between, for maybe one of these milestone goals as a special show, I can do a review show on something that I have been mentioning recently. And when I mentioned it, people were like, what? Phil, you are doing this? We never would have thought. We never would have suspected or thought that Phil would be involved in something like this. And no, it's not making drugs in my basement. I swear. Okay? Cops already checked. It's actually something very different. It's something that blew people's minds when I mentioned it. They were like, are you kidding? What? And of course, some idiots make fun of it, but it's something that's very common. It's something that's very commonplace, but it's also something that, quite frankly, I think I might be able to help people out with. All right. My idea is every once in a while to review some cologne.
I I can't with how serious he is. He's so serious. Phil is apparently a cologne connoisseur, guys. He did research.
All right. So, for example, today I am wearing this fragrance right now, and I can smell it. All right. And it smells great, by the way.
Yeah, no doy, you could smell it. It's on you. Nobody else can smell it, Phil.
All right. And the reason that I think that this would be an interesting thing to do would be cologne is all over the place. You can buy cologne for no exaggeration, $100+ a bottle. And you actually, a lot of cases, you don't even know what you're getting.
Dude, you could go to like places like Macy's and like JC Penney where they sell perfume in person and they'll let you smell it before you buy it. Normal people go out when they want things like that and they buy it in a store where you could test it first. Not everybody relies on Amazon, and not everybody is an agoraphobic, too afraid to go outside in places like you, Phil. Makes no sense.
Sure, it'll say, oh, it has notes of bergamot and sandalwood. What the fuck does that mean? I'm going to drop a ton of money to get cologne, and I'm not going to know what it smells like because you're going to drop these weird names that no one, who the fuck smells sandalwood and knows what that is?
I'm pretty sure a good percentage of men fragrances have sandalwood. That's like a very musky note that a lot of colognes have for men specifically. I feel if you don't know what sandalwood is, then maybe you shouldn't be freaking talking about cologne because that's freaking stupid. Well, I don't know. Okay, anyways.
Right? Now, in addition to the fact that cologne itself is kind of an enigma when it comes to you don't know what it smells like when you're getting it, cologne pricing is all over the place. Okay? Designer cologne costs a ton of money. Like this bottle right here is around 3 ounces. Okay? For a designer cologne, if this was, say, Dolce and Gabbana, or if this were what's another big one? I'm trying to think of all the big names out there for cologne right now. Versace. Okay, one of these big ones, right? A bottle like this would cost you anywhere between $80 to $150. No lie. So the thing is, do you really want to mess around getting that? Even the smaller size, like the 1 ounce size, right? Which is very little and will probably be gone in a short period of time. Okay. That's like $50. So it's incredibly expensive, right? But there's other colognes out there that are alternatives to the name brand designer stuff that are way less expensive, like significantly less expensive. Okay.
Yeah, Phil, just like everything else on the market, like I even have a perfect example right here. I have the knockoff brand of Tylenol because it's like $4 cheaper and it has the same effect. Oh, let me review the Tylenol, guys. Newsflash. It works the fucking same. Like, you don't have to spend your money on fucking Tylenol. There, I did my review for you. Now you owe me fucking $1,500.
And they smell great. And I know from personal experience. And the thing is, I actually now, in the last 6 to 8 months, as I changed my wardrobe and I was upgrading how I looked and everything, I actually kind of got into cologne a bit. And so I have actually a good selection of colognes.
Did he just say upgrading how I looked? Phil, do you see the shirt that you are wearing? Okay, have you ever have you seen Lilo and Stitch? I'm sure most of y'all have, but in Lilo and Stitch, Lilo takes pictures of the tourist people. He looks like one of those people that Lilo took pictures of. Like, please take them Hawaiian shirts off. My gosh, you live in Renton. You should not be wearing those little ugly little shirts.
That I use regularly. Some of them I really liked, some I hated. Okay. And we could actually do a series where I can show you guys, okay, different product of different level. I could show you the cheapest of the cheap, but actually is pretty good. I can show you stuff that's way expensive, or we could show you in between. I can describe how different they are. Because, for example, dude, just so you know, It is so crazy how different cologne smells. Some of them are sweet. Some of them are more floral. Some of them smell like the sea. Some of them just smell fresh. And male scents can be all over the place. With women, generally the scents are within like 2 or 3 categories. But with male scents, they tend to be like way different directions. All right. So
Phil, how do you know the range of women's perfumes? Have you seen the women's section of perfumes in like Sephora or Ulta? It's enormous. I would argue that women's fragrances are actually more diverse than men's because finding a masculine scent is a little harder because you have to have the right ingredients. And a lot of men's colognes kind of are similar because they have to use similar ingredients so that way it doesn't smell too girly, you know?
I could tell you right now, for example, right now I have 3 different colognes that are exactly the same company. Okay. But each scent is completely different and smells different. And the funny part is the bottles look the same. So you might not even be able to tell, well, what's the difference between this one and this one? Well, I'll actually tell you instead of saying, well, this one has bergamot. What the fuck is bergamot? I can be like, well, this one kind of smells really refreshing. Like, think that you walked outside on a clear summer day and the breeze hits you, it's clean air, right? Or this one smells like the sea, like you're actually on the beach and you get that waft of sea salt. That's what this one smells like. That's what no one tells you.
Phil, it is so painfully obvious that there's some colognes out there that you want because you have a spending problem and you want to write them off as a business expense. This is your desperate attempt to buy things that you could write off at the end of the year. Like, what are you even talking about? So you're essentially saying like you need to dumb it down for your audience because they're not smart enough to understand what bergamot is. It's honestly insulting. Like, oh, don't worry, guys, I got you. You don't understand these big words. Let me dumb it down for you to understand so you can make the right choice and wear the same cologne that I wear. No, no. Don't go buy that cologne. If Phil is wearing the cologne, you don't need to wear it, sweetheart. Please. Okay, maybe this is good, men. Like, whatever Phil is wearing, avoid.
Don't ask me why, because that's the information I want to know when I buy cologne. But no one does that. They all say these fucking fancy bullshit terms that no one understands. All right. So
He's saying, oh, they have all these fancy things and that they're saying about the perfume. Nobody understands the words. It's like, Phil, if you're talking about just the commercials, yeah, it's a business concept called commercializing the product. You have to make it seem better than what it is. You do it all the time. You hyped up this idea. You commercialized your idea and made it seem better than what it was to get people hyped up so that way they're like, "Ooh, what is it? What is it?" Like, dude, I don't even know what's going on. I'm so tired. But let's continue.
FYI, um, the way that ouch, scratched myself this morning. That hurts. The way the show would work is basically I would take whatever scent I'm wearing that particular day. All right. So basically, this one, what again, I'm not going to reveal what this is right now, but this particular fragrance, I'm wearing it today. If we hit the 10 goal milestone today, all right, I would say, hey, so here's the fragrance I'm wearing today. Let's do a review of it. And I don't know if it's going to be DSP tries it or it could be something different. It could be DSP smells it. Right? Who knows? I'm not sure
Please name it DSP Smells It.
how to do it yet. Right? So I hope you get that. All these ridiculous things that people tell me not to do or tell me to do, I can't do. Okay? Not going to go on a trip. Not going to spend 4 hours cooking in my kitchen for something that I don't care about. You know what I mean? Okay.
So he's not going to take a trip. Of course not. He can't go all out for Cat, which, by the way, did y'all see the receipt for Popeyes? I'm sure y'all saw it on Twitter, but I'm gonna put it here. So he didn't buy nothing for Cat. Wow. But anyways, so he's not gonna take a trip. He's not gonna do any streams where he cooks. These are things that people in his chat were asking, which he was asking for critiques. But we all know when you critique Phil, he takes it as an automatic insult to his ego, and he has to retaliate. And he retaliates for over an hour, more than an hour, like 3 hours. But I'm not gonna put y'all through that.
So, let me know what you think. All right? Seriously. I want to get feedback on this idea.
Do you though? Because the next fucking 45 minutes says otherwise.
If it's a terribly dead idea, then I won't do it.
It's a terribly dead idea. Don't do it.
But maybe it's something worth just trying once, right? Just try it once and see how it works. If you guys like it or not, if it ends up being something entertaining or not, or informative, because it might not be fully entertaining, but it could be very informative, right? Honestly, it sucks. All right, Lamont, so what's your idea?
See? You can't tell him anything. Granted, honestly, it sucks is kind of a meh critique, but at the same time, he's asking for criticism. And with asking for criticism comes the good, the bad, and the ugly. Don't get butt hurt, but ooh, boy gets butt hurt. He gets real butt hurt.
Let's see. What's your idea, Lamont? What should I do? I want to hear it right now. Someone just said, honestly, this sucks. Okay, so what's your idea? I want to hear your great ideas. So what's your idea? Some idiot actually just said, nothing you do in the room is interesting, then get off my stream. Literally everything I've ever done is in this room. Why are you watching my stream that's broadcast from the room? Goodbye.
Literally everything I've ever done is in this room. What kind of comeback was that? That was so stupid. That doesn't make any sense. He literally said, everything that you do in this room is boring. And you said, yeah, well, everything I do is in this room. It's like, so you just proved his point? Dude, read a book on how to come back on people. Or just don't at all. Because you just embarrass yourself every fucking time.
No, do not. I'm not going to mix colognes together. That's not the idea. The idea is when you're spending money on a cologne, it should be good of its own merits, not that you have to mix 2 or 3 together to get a good scent out of them.
Phil, they're just trying to give you an idea to make it halfway interesting. Because you, an old man that literally nobody on the internet likes, reviewing a cologne is honestly more bad for the cologne's business than anything else. Like, I can't stand him. Y'all, and there's a lot of dead air in here, okay? I'm gonna try to edit it out, but I keep it in there for like entertainment purposes to show how unentertaining Phil really is.
So immediately, Lamont, I think you should adapt your content and socialize with other streamers. What does that have to do as a goal reward for hitting milestones? Nothing. So your opinion is don't do a Cologne DSP tries as a reward. Instead, change all your content and socialize with other streamers. That's not even what we're talking about. Do you see my point? Everyone who wants to always shoot down an idea literally has no other fucking ideas. I don't like any of your ideas, but I also don't have any good ones of my own. So what use is your feedback then? Right? What was the point of saying it was a bad idea if your idea has nothing to do with what we're even talking about? We're not talking about me changing my content and branching out and crossing over with other content creators. We're talking about what could be a milestone reward for hitting goals of support.
Phil, okay, first of all, you were not specific in the type of critiques that you were asking for. So don't get all fucking booty hurt about what these people are telling you. Second of all, that could be a milestone that you reach. If you could just like do a fun little stream, or like have a challenge between another streamer or something. Something, Phil. These people are trying to tell you you need to socialize. Like, this whole segment just pisses me off.
Jesus. I swear, like, talking to these people, it's like, hello, Wall. Wall, can we talk about milestone rewards today? Oh, look, the wall didn't answer me, but my voice at least bounced off the wall back. So it kind of felt like it knew what I was talking about. You see?
This fool just said that his voice bouncing off a wall back to himself was what was smart. That is the most, if that is not the most narcissistic thing that you have heard today, I'm sorry. No, because that is actually insane.
What benefit do my viewers get from a cologne review? Well, if you're interested in body fragrances like colognes and you don't want to spend money not knowing what you're getting, and you want to hear my thoughts on some colognes that may either be great or bad, and you want to learn all about it, how long they last or whatever, it could be a very informative series. It could allow you to make informed choices. For example, you might say, well, what purpose is it to watch Phil play video games? I don't get it. Well, perhaps you'll learn something about the game and decide if you want to play it for yourself based on my experiences with it. You know, the whole point of a review. Oh my God.
I hate it when he does that. He's like, oh, y'all are so stupid. Like, I have to explain myself again because y'all are so stupid. Like, Phil, please, honestly, keep yourself with your face covered like that more. It's very nice to get a break from your fucking ugly face. That's so mean. I'm sorry. I'm just tired. Jeez.
Oh my God. It's like there's a big vacuum, okay? And it just sucks everyone in. Like, all the intelligence just gets sucked and flushed down at once. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Goldmini says you could try a ridiculous gold bar perfume to see if that's any good. See, I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah, that could work. That's what I mean. Like, I have expertise on certain ones that I've been using. So I could start off the series, say, hey, here's what I'm wearing today. Here's what the bottle looks like. Here's what I think about that design. What does this bottle make you think of, right? Well, is that actually representative of the scent inside the bottle? Well, let's do it. And you spray it. Okay, so initially, here's what I smell. This and this and this. Then what does it actually settle in as? What does it smell like on the skin, right? Is it one of those heavy alcohol smelling colognes, or is it more just the scent? How long does the scent last? All right. All that stuff. Then after the fact, what's the pricing of that cologne? Right? How much is it? Where can you get it? Is it known as a designer brand or not? There's a lot to talk. This is the thing. The people who kind of don't get it is kind of uninformed. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't get it, it's probably because you don't wear it. You don't understand how annoying and confusing it is. Do you also want to know what's bullshit? And this actually legitimately, this pisses me off because you might not be aware of this, guys. And I say guys because this is mostly guys who are going to be affected by this, right? A lot of cologne marketing is a scam. What do I mean by that? Right now, let's say that you were going to go to a store that sells cologne, a department store, a men's clothing store, sometimes hell, even makeup, stores for like women and men. Well, they sell cologne, right? Were you aware that the testers that they put in the stores, sometimes, not always, the testers have a hyper concentrated version of the cologne in them? They're not actually giving you the actual strength of the cologne that you're going to buy. They're actually giving you a stronger version that smells better. So then you go and you buy the bottle and it's weaker than what the tester was. So you got fucked. You smelled it. You were like, I can't believe how good that smells. Okay, I'm going to buy it for $100. It's worth it. Then you go home and you spray it on yourself and you're like, why is it so weak? Because you got scammed. I can help you with that because I've been scammed. I know all about it. I can explain to you how this all works.
Oh my god. Phil is trying to justify him doing these reviews when he has a gaming channel. He is a gaming channel. He is trying so hard to justify why he needs to do these reviews. He's like, you can't even trust the department stores, but oh, y'all can trust me. Y'all can trust me for my opinions on this cologne. God, this is so bad.
But the thing is, people don't get it. And I didn't know about it at all until the last few years. I actually started getting into it, and I was like, wow, there's a lot to this that you don't really get until you get into it. Did you also know that you got to be careful about where you buy cologne? Because there's tons of places online that try to sell it and they actually scam you and it's not real. Knockoff cologne is a huge problem online because you can't verify what you're getting.
Then go to the store. Go to the store. You don't have to buy everything online.
What's up, Toasty Chestnuts? King Ferbs, I don't have fight sticks. He says, I'd rather have you review fight sticks you have knowledge of. I don't have fight sticks and knowledge. I use one fight stick. That's what I mean. Like, and that's another thing. What would be another thing? Wine tasting. Am I into wine tasting? No. So that's not something that I can add anything to. But wine tasting is something absolutely huge. There's a giant community for it. There's a whole online community for it. Reviewing wine online is actually a huge fucking thing. But if I said DSP tries it wine, would you guys care? I don't really drink wine, so I don't know anything about it. Cologne, I've actually been involved with, and I have some experience I can share. Okay.
With the wine, I think that could be a decent idea. Halfway decent. Like, yeah, you don't know much about it, but you start off small and you can build yourself up. But again, Phil, you're a gaming channel. Your people come for you for gaming, and you're getting bored, you're trying to branch off, and your ideas are not original. And they're stupid. Cologne. I'm gonna tell you now, if I ever wanted to look up a review for a perfume for me, I would look up like a makeup artist. A makeup artist, a person that, is within that market already. Not some old man that plays games and sits in the same chair for hours in a day and just so randomly came up with a thought, you know what? By God, I've been wearing cologne for a year. I'm going to review it. No. What the hell? That's why this is stupid. It's because, yeah, you've been wearing it for a while, but that doesn't make you an expert.
That's completely false. Someone just said cologne smells different on everyone. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The only way that cologne smells different on you is if you actually don't wash. All right? That's true. If you don't shower and you stink like ass and you spray cologne on your body, it'll smell different combined with your own natural musk. Most people shouldn't be stinking constantly. Just wash your fucking body. Okay?
It has a lot to do with the body heat of your, because you're supposed to spray like cologne and perfume like on the heating points of your body, which is the wrist, back of your neck, things like that. It has a lot to do with the heat of your body, and it has a lot to do with the oils in your skin, Phil, which is different for everybody. You don't know anything about this. You don't know anything.
What cologne am I wearing right now? This one right here. This one. That's actually what I'm wearing.
Don't buy it. Don't buy that cologne. Stay away from it.
Well, that's the thing. Nutcase says if you use scented body wash, the mixture smells different. You're not supposed to wear scented body wash with cologne. You're not. The whole point of cologne is that you're applying it to give yourself a certain scent for the day. And that's it. You're not supposed to use different colognes in one day. You're not supposed to use a body wash that has a scent and then a cologne. You're not supposed to do that. Do you see how people don't even, just initially, this discussion of 10 minutes, we've already taught people a ton of shit about cologne that they didn't know. This very basic discussion. People are saying things in chat like that, and they're like, they don't even understand how cologne works.
God, he's acting like cologne is some kind of science. Like, Phil, Spray that shit on and go about your day, okay? Not everybody is so mental and anal about shit like you are. Not everybody is so delusional about themselves being on the spectrum like you are that they have to research and do everything by the book. Okay? Not everybody thinks it's normal to wash their body with non-scented soap so that way that you can smell your cologne better. Who are you wearing cologne for? It's clear your wife ain't there no more.
What would be the point of cologne if you're going to use body spray, if you're going to use a scented body wash? You're not supposed to do that. And that's true. Cracker Jack says, well, the whole chat's probably teenagers. It's either people who are teenagers or not teens, but have no knowledge of cologne because they don't use it. Well, I can educate you.
No, thank you. I don't think that you need to be educating anybody on hygiene products. No. No.
What's the difference between Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum? Eau de Toilette is a low to mid-range concentration. It's meant to be a daily concentration of scent, but it's not super strong. It actually goes all the way from there's the mist, the body spray, and that's a word. I forget what it's called. I actually have it in my phone right here, actually, now I'm thinking about it, because I researched it. I literally researched this.
Oh, he researched it. Oh, well, how nice. Oh my god. I bet he researched it like right after he came up with this idea. He's like, oh, I better be prepared.
Let me find it. Here it is. So the weakest one is Eau de Fraiche, okay? Or Eau Fraiche. That's only a 1 to 3% concentration. Eau de Cologne is only a 2 to 4% concentration, okay? Eau de Toilette is in the middle. It's meant to be the average scent. It's about a 5 to 15% concentration, depending on which one you buy. Then you got Eau de Parfum, and that one is 15 to 20%, so it's supposed to be stronger. And then there's just Parfum, and that's the really strong one. And that's what I was telling you of, is when you go to the store, a lot of the times what they put in the tester, okay, what they put in the tester is the actual Parfum level. It's super concentrated. It's double the strength of what you're buying in the bottle. So you smell it and you're like, wow, this is so good. It's strong. It's aromatic. I love this. And you buy it, you bring it home, you spray, like, what happened? You got robbed.
Dude, no. Who's really getting robbed is your audience if they wind up paying you the money so that way you could freaking tell them how your cologne smells.
All right. Well, anyway, I know it's perfume, but it's actually parfum. Anyway, so FYI, it's an idea I had. All right. I have an idea. Oui. Well, let's see what you guys think. I knew no matter what, people were going to make fun of it because they're pieces of shit on the internet, and I don't care about you because you're worthless humans if you're just going to sit here and make fun. If you're actually going to be like, oh, well, I don't like the idea, but here's why, and there's, constructive criticism behind it, or you have a better suggestion, that's different. But most people on the internet just shoot down any idea I have. All right? And I don't appreciate that because it's just a waste of my time. All right?
He's so butthurt. He's like, oh, if you're just gonna sit here and make fun of me, you're a piece of shit on the internet. Says the old man that is trying to convince people to pay him $1,500 to review a cologne when all he does is sit down and play video games and fucking run his mouth. Makes no sense. Projection. One of Phil's favorite daily activities.
Well, let's see. Oui. So it's an idea. It's something we could possibly do. All right. In between different ideas. Like I said, if we don't always want to do DSP tries it for food, we could maybe do this. Or it doesn't have to be DSP tries it. It could be its own idea. If this were back when I was brainstorming ideas, for example, when I first thought up DSP tries it and stuff like that, people would have absolutely positively loved the idea. They would have been like, that's a great idea. That's interesting. That's something different. We like just hearing Phil's take on anything. So to hear his take on something like this where he has a vested interest and he's had some experience in, we love that.
Where are those people, Phil? When did they say things like that? Nobody has ever cared about anything that you have ever had to say, Phil. Be honest with yourself. Stop being so delusional that is actually making my teeth hurt. It may just be being that I'm tired and I want to go to sleep, but that's besides the fucking point. Nobody cared about what you're trying to say. This is a manipulation tactic that you are trying to use on these people, like, oh, well, back then everybody cared about me, so it's your best, it's in your best interest to care about what I have to say about this kind of stuff now, because you know but don't worry, he's about to come up with a little pity party now and saying like, well, everybody on the internet doesn't care about what DSP says now. Poor me. So fucking pathetic. It's like a teenage girl.
But today, literally any idea I come up with, everyone just shoots down because, of course, that's the game of the internet, is to say that everything that DSP does is crappy and a bad idea and clown on him and dump on him, right? So that's the thing. Like, you got to understand that for every 20, 30, 40 people that say to me that's a bad idea, probably 39 of them are LARPing as people who care, and they're just assholes. And then maybe one person actually didn't like the idea. Because here, you want to know the perfect example of that? Here's the perfect example of that. People keep telling me, Phil, DSP tries it, fast food is played out, do something different. And every time I try something different, it gets absolutely no attention, no views, and it's hard as hell to hit the milestone goal to even get it to happen. But then when I go back and I say, we're back to fast food, boom, immediately support, people are excited, people watch, people like it.
No, Phil. You need to get one thing straight in your crooked ass head. And that is, people are not paying you for the goals. These people are paying you because you beg like a crackhead. When you're about to get fast food for a milestone and you could just smell the Little Caesars, you can smell the Popeyes, you can smell the McDonald's. Well, guys, I'm really craving Little Caesars today. I really hope we hit the goals. Guys, it would be really disappointing if we don't hit the goals tonight because we're so close and we're just so close to getting that McDonald's today, the Minecraft meal. They're not paying you because they want to see this shit, Phil. They are paying you because you are begging them and manipulating them and making them feel like they have to. Your health is clearly declining. You look awful. Go get some blood work done and get some medications. That way you can get some color to your pale ass face and gain some muscle on your arms and legs, dude. Like, you look horrible for your age.
It's called the vocal minority. It's the people who want to bitch the loudest but actually don't care because they're just LARPing as people who care to try to fuck with me. So I'm not stupid, all right? I'm not going to, just because a bunch of fucking assholes in the chat are like, what a bad idea. Yeah, what a great way to approach a new idea. It's so bad. It's so bad. So what's your better idea? Do an IRL stream so everyone can call the cops on you. Go fuck yourself. I'm tired of your fucking toxic bullshit. Really, I am. I'm tired of people just shooting down every possible thing I come up with and say that it sucks, but you have absolutely nothing of any credit or worth to counter with. Because the truth is, you don't care if it's good or not. You just want to tell me it's not so that you fucking think that you're bothering me, right?
It's bothering you, Phil. Clearly, you're addressing it. It bothers you. You've been told time and time and time again by other locals, by other people on the internet, stop acknowledging the trolls. Which, by the way, not everybody in the chat that is giving you critiques is a troll. Some of those people are people that have been watching you for a while. Not everybody is a LARP, but if they go against you, they're a LARP. Makes makes no sense. And then he's saying, "Oh, approaching a bad idea with, blah blah blah." And it's like, these people are trying to give you actual ideas, but you also are trying to come at them with an ugly attitude towards their ideas. Like, you're being a hypocrite, Phil. As usual, as usual. But you're claiming that these people don't want to hear your ideas. You don't want to hear theirs. Your little crooked head is stuck on this Cologne idea, and you're gonna do it whether they give you a better idea or not. You're not gonna see it as a good idea because it's not what you want to do. You little controlling asshole.
So I'm going to think about it and I'm going to work on this and maybe we'll even refine the idea. All right. But I'm not going to just totally shoot it the fuck down. All right. Because I got a bunch of idiots who are screaming like morons. I'm not dumb. Okay. Okay.
He's like, oh, I've got a bunch of idiots screaming like morons. And it's like, Phil, how about you point out the people that are saying that they want this cologne test? It doesn't sound like there's not a one that wants it. It's just you that wants to do it. Because you want to write this probably $400 bottle of cologne off on your taxes as a business expense. Please, dude. Please. Give me a break.
No, I didn't expect that everyone was going to be excited. I actually completely expected it was going to go exactly like I just saw today. Because that's the truth. I just can't present new ideas anymore. If I do, everyone just says they suck no matter what it is. Like literally, no matter what the idea is, it's a bad idea. Right? Remember when I said we're going to do the DSP Reacts channel and we're going to do a weekly React show? That was a bad idea. When I said we were going to do throwback content, that's an awful idea. You know? Oh, it's just awful. It's just awful.
He is so nervous. His one of his main ticks when he starts to get frazzled is he messes with his hair and he chuckles just how he just did. He's so frazzled. He's like, "Yeah, nobody ever likes my ideas." It's like, "Phil, you are so unoriginal and you are so unentertaining. And then you're just scummy about it. It would be different if you're not trying to use a cologne review as an award. It's not an award. If you just want to start doing random videos on like a DSP Tries It channel and just start doing random videos like that, sure. But you're trying to tell these people that they need to pay you $1,500 for you to do this useless review that nobody's going to gain anything out of. This is their reward for giving you $1,500.
Everything I do is terrible. So that's why I don't care. I don't care about the initial reactions from morons who don't support anyway. Because that's the truth is the people who are the loudest people who complain never have supported, never have cared. They're just here to shit on DSP. I'm not dumb.
Oh, I beg to differ, Phil. You are the biggest moron on this platform. Easily. You're getting butthurt because your idea isn't liked by anybody, but you're gonna do it regardless because you're a whiny ass little baby. So please don't try to act like you're smart, because absolutely not.
And again, all you got to do is prove it. You ready? So Tangy Flavor says, I'm not going to lie, DSP. You can't give us a terrible idea and get mad. All right, Tangy Flavor, what's your better idea? Let's hear it right now. Because you had to open your mouth on my stream. I want to hear your better idea for a milestone reward for goals being hit right now.
He just sounds like a spoiled ass little toddler. And like, look at his face while he's waiting for an answer. He's like, please stop looking at me like that.
Or else, why'd you open your mouth? Because you know better than everyone, right? My ideas are bad, right? Always. So what's your better idea? Let's hear it right now.
Y'all, this is a legit tantrum. Like a toddler's tantrum. He's trying to challenge him. It's like a pissing contest with Phil. He can't handle any kind of critique. It's pathetic, dude. You're in your 40s. And you have a business degree. And you have a business degree. Businesses aren't successful without criticism, Phil. If you can never take criticism, it's going to be the fall of your business. You are the perfect example of that because your business has been fallen. You've only been lasting for 15 years because you refuse to give up because your ego is too big. It's insane.
Install a Linux distro from scratch. You're a sad, sad man.
I know he did not just call anybody else on the internet a sad, sad man when you were literally throwing a fit because people didn't like what you had to say today.
If you are a man, who knows? These days, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a sea otter typing, right? I don't know. Anyway, all right. Let's get to shout outs for contributions. Let's see where we're doing right now. All right. But anyway, I rest my case. I think you see my point. Everyone who wants to shoot down every idea never has a good idea for their own. They just want to say my ideas are bad. That's why I don't give a fuck. All right, let's see here.
Oh, but you do give a fuck, Phil. Very much so. This entire video proves that you care very much about what other people think about what you have to say.
Someone tipped $1 and says edibles and weed. Okay, I want you to understand something. All right, I do. I feel like I need to speak up about something. Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna let y'all listen to this entire rant. And we'll get back together at the very end of it.
You understand that recreational drugs are still drugs. You get that, right? It's still a drug. Now, it might be a safe drug in certain extents or whatever. It's still a drug. Okay? There's a difference between saying, hey, try a piece of food versus, hey, actually put drugs into your 43-year-old body. All right? At the age that I'm at, my middle age, I have to do things that aren't harmful to my body. Why do you think I've completely changed my lifestyle, my diet? How do you think I lost all this weight? By doing harmful things to my body? No. Okay? Absolutely not. Sitting around eating edibles, taking THC is the worst thing I could do for myself right now at this stage in my life. I also have absolutely no desire to get myself into some kind of a controlled substance like that. All right. That now it could become addictive. It could become something that's detrimental to my life. And quite frankly, I don't appreciate you trying to pressure me into it. I'm not saying that that's what you meant by it, but so many people take it as like something as a joke or casual. It's not. You do understand that when you get into shit like that, you could actually be changing your entire life, right? And of course, people saying things like, what about alcohol? Alcohol, I've been drinking for a long time. My body is used to it. I don't drink it all the time. When we do drink it, it's usually for a special event that's like once a month. That's very different than getting your body now on another substance that it's not used to, that you could potentially get hooked on, that could actually screw up things like your metabolism and everything. I'm not doing that. Okay. For you, that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and stand on a soapbox and be like, no one should do weed, no one should do THC. That's not the point. You're free to do whatever you want with your own life. But at this stage in my life, being 43 years old, I'm not want to get on any other substances and shit that I'm not used to. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to fall down that slippery slope. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. The best part is, again, here come the LARPers. But THC is safer than this. And drinking is bad for your... Shut the fuck up.
Guys, I can't. I can't with this man. First of all, I chuckled quite a bit when he was like, quite frankly, I don't appreciate you pressuring me into this. Like, he's a child. Like, he's a child. Yet, dude, you drink moonshine from the jar for your birthday. Okay, alcohol is way more damaging to the body than marijuana. Okay, I don't even want to get into all that. I don't do that because I can't handle it myself. But a man that drinks moonshine from the jar cannot come out and say that he doesn't want a substance in his body. A substance? You can't, no. No, you cannot put down one substance. You can't talk about another substance this way when you heavily use another substance. It's hypocritical as fuck, Phil. That's the word of the day, hypocritical, because that's what fucking Phil is all the time. And it's massively annoying. This whole rant just made him look like an idiot. He is crashing out. Speaking of crash out, we'll get to that term in a little bit because he doesn't like that term and he doesn't think that anybody else knows what that term means. Fucking moron.
This is not, let's try to scientifically prove that one thing and say, I just told you I don't want to get on any substance. You understand? Any substance. If you told me right now, would you smoke cigarettes or cigars? No. Do you want to do THC? No. You want to do any kind of, no, I don't want to do any substance at all. Has nothing to do with this level of addictiveness, its danger level. I just don't want to get on any other substance. You understand? None. The one thing, like I said, there's a phrase. It's called pick your poison, correct? It's like you got to choose the one thing in life that you're going to do that you know is bad for you. And as long as you do it in moderation, you're okay. I drink in moderation, so I'm okay. And that's the thing that I like to do, and that's it. So enough with your LARPing. You're not actually concerned. You don't actually know better. You're just an idiot who, again, see, we got Phil to say he doesn't want to do THC. Now, let's hit him with 14,000 random facts to make him look like an uneducated asshole. No, stupid. You're the asshole. You always were and you always will be. No one cares. I have the right to determine what goes in and out of my body. You don't have any case or logic against me. You're just stupid. All right? You're a no one. Deal with it. Okay.
He really had to prove a point. You're no one. You have nothing. You can't say what I put into my body and what comes out of my body. Like, dude, are you a woman? My body, my choice. Like, dude, I get it. You get to choose what goes into your body. But don't go on a 15-minute rant about how bad one substance is when you use another. Don't act like you're above that. That whole rant was absolutely insane. I don't like using the R word, but it was R worded. Okay? Absolutely disgusting. He thinks he's high above people that, eat edibles. He would always bash on RTU for eating edibles and shit like that when he's over here drinking all this alcohol. And he swears, he's like, oh, I do it in moderation. Like, yeah, okay, Phil. Yeah, okay.
Someone tipped $2 and says, well, the Cologne idea could work. What about workout stuff like ab rollers and stuff? Well, I mean, personally, I don't have a full workout regimen. I don't. Okay.
You don't need a workout regimen to buy something for a workout and try it. In fact, it could help you build a workout regimen, dude.
I lost the weight by changing my diet completely, changing parts of my lifestyle, right? And doing occasional like walks or jogging and stuff like that. That's how I lost all this weight. And that's how it fluctuates. Like sometimes I gain a little back and then sometimes I lose it again. So if just maintaining that kind of lifestyle is how I maintain. All right. By the way, for the record, I'm not even kidding you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different $1 tips. I'm not reading any of them. I'm tired of you, again, LARPers, pretending like you're positive supporters, coming in and doing dollar tip, and wasting my time. I'm not reading 1,000 $1 tips this morning. So instead, I'm just going to say thanks and add them to the total and delete them. If you want me to actually spend time on you, go higher than $1 because you're wasting my time at this point. Okay. There's a $2 tip. I guess I'll read that one. I think that marijuana and THC can be good for medical purposes, but if you don't have an illness that requires that you use it, you shouldn't just take it recreational. That's my 2 cents. And then again, I'm not an authority on it. I don't know much about it. I just don't want to put something else in my body at this point in my life. And people should respect that instead of saying, oh, but you drank and here's 4,000 factoids about how this is blah, 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 blah. Because again, these aren't people who actually care. These are people who just, if I were to say right now, the sky is blue, they would have to counter with 17 different ways that the sky actually isn't blue. It's not blue. It's actually a shade called azure. And by the way, the sky also is orange and purple and green and yellow. In these cases, it's black at night. You see what I'm saying? That's just how they are. Okay. So there you go.
Well, I mean, the sky isn't blue because it's blue. It's blue because. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do all that. I'm too fucking tired. It's not always about proving you wrong, Phil. Sometimes it's just about pissing your ass off. And it clearly is working. And it's hilarious.
Allow me to end this nonsense right now. All right? Seriously, allow me to end this nonsense right now. Okay?
Oh, God. Here we go. This is the last stretch, guys. I promise. I think. I hope.
2 ideas. Idea number 1. I do an episode where I review this cologne. I review the appearance, the scent, the strength, the pricing, the branding. It's a 20-minute show where I review this cologne. Instance number 2, I do a sweepstakes and I give away this bottle of cologne to one person.
No, see, I hate when he does this shit. He's downplaying the option he doesn't want to do. He's manipulating the narrative and making it seem like the bad option when it really is the better option. It's just because he doesn't want to do it.
What is more beneficial to a viewing audience on the internet? Me actually doing an entire review of this cologne, including all of that information that everyone can watch and digest and enjoy or choose to skip if they don't care about cologne, or me doing a sweepstakes where literally one person gets this bottle of cologne.
Or, Phil, here's a genuine idea. Have you ever seen those little bitty containers where you can take a little bit of perfume from a bottle and just have it like in a little bitty container? You could fit a 3-ounce bottle in like 10, 15 of those. You can do a review on the cologne if you want to do it that bad. You could put an entire bottle into like 15 of those containers, give 15 of them away. If you're so worried about it only benefiting one person, then give multiple things away. If that's really your issue, spend more money. Like, that doesn't make sense. There's ways around that. Besides, the way around that is do more giveaways. Say, hey, you didn't win this time. There's always next time. I will be doing more giveaways. This entire rant is just him convincing himself and trying to manipulate his audience that they don't deserve it and they don't need it. It's like disgusting. It's like an abusive boyfriend convincing his abused girlfriend that she doesn't need a car to go around places. Well, you don't need a car to go around places because that's what I say. You don't need to go places without me there because that's what I say. And if you think otherwise, then you're just dumb. Everybody knows that. And if you don't know that, then that clearly makes you dumb and you need me to educate you. Please go somewhere else with all that bullshit.
When you think about it logically, okay, the answer is clear. Doing the review show is more beneficial to a viewing audience and to a wider group of people than just giving away the item.
But not for an award. Not for a reward. You're calling this review of a cologne a reward. A reward is when people receive something. And I know you could argue, oh, well, they're receiving knowledge. Knowledge from a non expert, Phil. You're not an expert in cologne. You're not an expert in the differences of smells. You don't know anything. Like, you're not a trusted source. It would be different if this whole cologne thing was just a video, a video concept that you wanted to do, if you wanted to start like a new product review channel. But no, this is a reward, Phil. You're missing the point that you are trying to use this as a reward for people to pay you for. That's what makes it so scummy. But you're such an idiot you can't see that.
The problem is people get caught up in sweepstakes culture and hype. And oh, wait, I have a chance? I have a chance to win a bottle of cologne? Wow, it's like a 1 in 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 chance, but I have a chance? Versus, oh, a actual guaranteed piece of content you can enjoy. Because here's the truth. Let's say, for example, I review this and it sounds good to you. And now you're like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe that's something that I'd be interested in getting myself based off of Phil's review. Then you go buy it yourself and you enjoy it. Now you have something that you can have as part of your life moving forward because I made a recommendation. Or maybe on the flip side of that, maybe you were interested in this, but then I review it and you're like, oh, that doesn't sound good like I thought it was. I'm going to skip it. So now you save money and you didn't waste money on it. Okay? As opposed to one person gets a bottle of this for free and they're the only person who could have any kind of a judgment on it, because they're the only person who got it. And maybe they like it and wow, that was good. What if they win it and they don't like it? They win the bottle of cologne and they don't like it. Well, guess what? Now it's trash and they throw it out. So now literally no one benefited from the sweepstakes. Do you see the difference?
Again, there's ways around that. Review the bottle, give multiple samples away to people. I mean, if you want to take this freaking reviewing shit serious, you have to take serious steps. Just talking about it and wearing it yourself is not a proper way to do these kinds of things, Phil. You're just a massive moron. Like, my God, you belong back in the caveman days where fire was just freaking discovered, and you were probably the caveman that they all hated because you tried to convince them that fire was bad.
If you don't, I can't make you think logically because it takes an analytical, logical mind to understand the difference between people getting hype for the prospective win of getting something versus everyone actually getting something that could benefit the masses, but you can't see past the sweepstakes aspect of it, the giveaway aspect of it. Ooh. There's entire businesses based around just milking people who are gullible for sweepstakes. Don't you get that?
So you're gullible if you want to give away from a creator that you spend countless hours watching. You go out of your way to like and subscribe to their content. You donate to them. You are an idiot for wanting something back. Shame on you. What a dummy. God, I'm tired, guys. Let's hurry the hell up.
Every single time you've been on X or on Facebook or on any social media platform, Instagram, TikTok, all you need to do is follow this channel and like this video or post and repost the video or post for a chance to win a giveaway. You are a schlub. You are such a rube. You are such a mark. You fell for the trap. You literally gave them something and you're not going to get anything for it. What a sucker. Why are you that gullible? Why do you fall for that shit?
I hate that. That is so abusive. He's calling these people idiots if you have ever fallen for a marketing tactic when he is literally using a manipulation tactic on these people. No. Phil, this is absolutely disgusting. Disgusting. Trying to convince people that they don't deserve anything back for all that they do for him. That they're schlubs and that they're idiots for falling for it from other bigger companies. My God, at least other bigger companies do sweepstakes and they give people things back. But you're not a big company. You're a YouTuber. That standard is different for YouTubers than it is like companies. You have a business degree, Phil. I don't, but I know the basics of it to understand how these things work and that a huge corporation business is way different than a YouTube channel. You don't hold yourself to the same standard of a giant corporate association. Your business, your small business on a different platform is going to fail, which it is, and it has. And this is an example as to why.
I would much rather make a video telling you about this product, allowing you to judge for yourself based on my feedback about it, if you're interested in it, than just give that away to one person. There's just not even a fucking comparison. There's not. Anyone with an analytical mind would understand. Stop thinking with emotion or, oh, I could own that. I could get that. Ooh. Instead, slap yourself. Stop thinking like a dunce and use some mind power, some brain cells for a second. Okay?
You're a worthless piece of shit, Phil. How dare you talk to your audience that way? You are an abusive boyfriend to these people. You just convince them that they aren't worth anything. They aren't worth being given anything for free. Their time, their energy isn't worth you giving back. It's disgusting. I could never. I could never and I will never treat my audience that way. Because I may be new, but I wouldn't have continued on for my first video if people didn't show interest and take the time out of their day to come back to my channel after I made a second video and a third and a fourth. Like, you have to show appreciation to these people. That's the point of being a content creator. You have to be appreciative, because if it wasn't for the people that watched your content, liked your content, you wouldn't be anything. But of course, Phil has that fucking whole mindset of entitlement. It's fucking insane. It's disgusting. He's a disgusting old man.
And I'm not, this is just an example because someone had said, why don't you do a giveaway instead of a review video? How is DSP Tries It, right, better than you doing a sweepstakes? Because a sweepstakes only benefits one person, while thousands of people can watch DSP Tries It and enjoy it. That's why.
Thousands of people do not watch your shit. Don't be delusional.
Now, it may not be your personal thing. What if you don't like the food I'm reviewing? Well, then it's not for you. But then again, you probably didn't want the giveaway for the food either, did you?
How are you gonna tell people what they want and what they don't want? That is such an abusive boyfriend thing to do. It's so disgusting. Like, oh, you don't want that. I know what you want. I know you better than you know yourself. You are too stupid to think for yourself. Let me take charge and let me tell you what you want and what you need. That's so disgusting. So disgusting.
All right. Giovanna, I've had enough. They said, I wouldn't apply to win the cologne, but I'd rather see one person win a bottle of cologne than see you review it. Giovanna, I really have to be transparent with you right now. All right. You ready for this? You're a dunce. I don't know what else to say. I can't make dumb people smart. And when you just said that publicly in front of everyone, that's the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. You would rather see something that would only benefit one person in a very limited way happen than something that could benefit a larger group of people.
You see, Phil is insecure about what he's saying. He sees the comments. I don't know if y'all were reading the freaking chats on this video, on his chats. They were going off on him. He felt stupid. So what does he do to make his little wormy self feel better? Put somebody else down publicly. Like a freaking cult leader. Can't stand other people thinking that he's stupid. So it's like, oh, look at this guy. He's freaking stupid. Pay attention to him and look at how stupid he is. Don't look at me and how stupid I've been. Insecure. Insecure little freaking small, pitiful man. I need to go to sleep. I need to go to sleep. I'm gonna wind up saying some dumb shit in this video. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you just type, I am stupid. Enter. I don't know what else to say. I can't help you, man. I can't.
Phil, yeah, you can't help anybody. What you need to do is help yourself. Go to therapy. Get some help. Get on some medication that can right the chemicals in your brain.
No, but you see, and there you go. Usagi Jojo says, well, it could cause audience growth and lead to an increase in revenue, but it doesn't benefit anyone.
It doesn't benefit you the way you want it to, because a giveaway means that Phil has to, one, go to the post office, which is a public area. He has to communicate with the person that has won something, and he's so afraid that that person that won is going to be a detractor and get a win over him. And he he also has to spend his own money. He doesn't want to do any of that.
Don't you get it? It literally doesn't benefit anyone. It's called exploitation. Don't you get it? That's exactly what it is. I want to give you a reward that can benefit a whole bunch of people. A reward that people can actually get value out of because they can get an education. They can turn that into an informed purchasing decision or the decision to not purchase something. As opposed to, oh, one person gets a freebie, which is exploitative because it's the sweepstakes aspect. Chance to win, chance to win, chance to win. You don't even know if anyone does win.
Exploitative. Exploitative. He's using such harsh language just to push the narrative that you don't deserve to be given anything. He's like, oh, you're just given a freebie. It's not free, Phil. These people are paying you in their time. And a lot of them are actually paying you out of their own pocket.
How do you even know? Could be bullshit. right? You don't even know if anyone won that or not. It could be a lie. I just don't understand this culture that people have. Like, you all want to be like have the wool pulled over your eyes and treated poorly, and you like it. Yes, please. It's more. Give me more. Give me more mistreatment. I just love it because everyone says it's good. It's not. It's not good. It's nothing good about it. So I don't want to do the exploitative content, and you're actually going to give me shit for it. Well, I don't get it. Phil isn't exploiting people. That's horrible. He should just be doing all the exploiting that everyone else does. Okay. Holy crap.
Phil is trying to act so hard like he is just this caring content creator. He's like, I don't want to exploit you guys. You know, I'm too good for that. I don't want to exploit you guys and give y'all free shit. Ah, how horrible would that be of me?
This is hilarious. Why are you crashing out? You don't even understand what that term fucking means. You don't. You don't get it. You have no clue what crashing out means. You don't. If someone speaks logic to you and you're actually so ignorant you don't understand logic, and then they tell you, well, that's your fault, that's not crashing out. You understand? Like, I think people are so used to getting their asses fucking kissed constantly on the internet, they don't even understand what it means. Crashing out means that you're literally like completely exploding, giving up. It's a disaster. None of that is happening. If you think that anything that I've said on today's podcast is crashing out, that's because you don't get it, because you don't have self-awareness. You don't have the level of intelligence to even understand that a giveaway of this is worthless. Reviewing this is infinitely more interesting. Again, this is just semantics. It doesn't have to be about cologne. It could be anything. Me sitting here and reviewing the Popeyes pickle meal is way more valuable to the masses and to an audience of content that I create, than me giving away a pickle meal to one person on the internet. But the fact that you don't understand that is just like, I can't make you be smart. I just can't. I can't, and it's kind of an uphill fight at this point, you know?
Oh, yes, Daddy Phil, please make me smart. Please make me realize that giving away something to an audience that has dedicated so much of their time to you is a bad thing. Please, please make me realize that. You are crashing out. Crash out, you're trying to upplay it because crashing out can mean losing all logic, just spewing shit that makes no sense to try to cope with the fact that you are wrong and that you look stupid. Crashing out can be a multitude of things. Yes, it can be somebody just losing their shit, right? But it also can mean somebody losing all logic, which is what you have done. And you are trying to turn the narrative on everybody else because you're insecure right now about this dumbass idea that you can't even sit and admit, like, okay, guys, look, it was just an idea, and I'm sorry it was stupid, but I just figured I'd put it out there. That's all you have to say, Phil.
People are absolutely stupidly ignorant. Some of the things people say, it's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay.
He's trying so hard to act like these things that these people are saying doesn't bother him. He's like, you guys are so stupid. Wow, I'm so smart. Things that y'all say are so stupid. It totally isn't bothering me. Yet here I am on my podcast, spending the whole podcast coping and, trying to turn the narrative back against y'all. Makes no sense, dude. Like, just shut up. Just stop.
All right. Well, let's end the show. This show has gone nowhere. I hope that some people will give me actual honest feedback. And if the feedback is, I just don't think that you doing something with that, like the cologne thing, would work. I appreciate the feedback, the truthful feedback. But you have to understand that every single time that I stream, I'm not kidding. There's probably like 50 people who are LARPers who come to my content and aren't interested in anything positive. They're just here to crap on me constantly, say everything I do is bad. and they're not here to help or contribute or suggest. They're just here to say dumb shit. So it's always hard for me to try to judge real, uh, real, actual feedback from anyone, you know? So I don't know. I guess we'll see. All right. I guess we'll see what happens. Again, if anything, it needs time to simmer, as they say, and see if it's something that people would be interested in, right? See, like, for example, here's someone who previous was trying to pretend like they were actually be giving criticism, and they said, oh, next DSP tries it, go play in traffic. So again, that's what I mean. There's your LARPer right there. And they do it every day. They sit in this chat and they act like they're a viewer. They're not. They're just someone here to dump on it, to dump on anything that happens, to say dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're here for, to be scumbags. So that's why I just got to kind of take everything with a grain of salt and understand that I will wait and I'll get good feedback and I'll get bad feedback. And good feedback does not mean you agree with me and like the idea. Good feedback is like, well, here's why I don't think the idea would work. Here's the logical response. Maybe here's something as a counter that could work. That's real constructive criticism, as opposed to, hey, I don't think that idea would work. Instead, change all your content and become completely interactive with other streamers. What? I was looking for a suggestion of a goal reward. But what are you talking about?
I think that you could go back and listen to my genuine feedback, Phil. But if not, I'll tell it to you again. Review the clone bottle. Make a review it channel so you can do different products. And if that product does really well on views, which, of course, as you know, as a business degree holder, that one video on a channel isn't just going to go viral. You have to continuously make more videos to put yourself into the algorithm of that community, right? So once your videos start doing well, you can start doing small giveaways of those products. Even if that means taking the little perfume bottles and making one bottle into about 15 bottles and giving samples away to your community. You can outreach to a different community. And if those people really stick to you and they really like you, they will come and stick around in your gaming content too. But you can't just start doing shit as rewards that has nothing to do with your content. Like, I have a there's no justification for eating food as a reward, right? But honestly, reviewing cologne is a tier lower than eating food as a reward. It makes no sense, Phil. It makes no sense. You might as well just crumple up and burn that business degree because you have no clue how a business works. The only reason that you're around still after 15 years is because your ego is too big for you to let go and get a real job. And you're scared because you've pissed off enough people around the country and the world, quite frankly, because that you'll probably get punched in the face on sight by some people. And you can't live with your consequences because you're a little freaking scaredy ass dude.
It's hilarious. So Tangy Flavor says the reason the cologne won't work is because no one can smell it. You should do the Linux distro. So that's why DSP tries it doesn't work, because no one can taste it, right? The whole idea is that you describe it. You describe the smell. You describe the taste. You describe the cost. You describe. So no review could ever possibly be valid because you're not experiencing that thing for yourself. A movie review could never work because you didn't see the movie yet, right? You're not seeing it, so how could the review have any effect? You're not smelling it. Why would the review matter? Do you understand? Do you understand how stupid what you're saying is? I guess you don't. I just don't get it. The purpose of the review is that you don't have to experience something firsthand before making a judgment about it. You can use someone else's facts and opinions as a way to judge for yourself if you want to partake in it or not. That's the purpose of a review.
Phil, I don't think that that's what their concern is if your review is going to work or not. It's very easy to do a review. but you're trying to label it as a reward is what the concern is. But you have zero self-awareness, which is what you just told other people that they lacked, to realize that that's what the problem is. You freaking idiot.
All right. I have to get out of here because if I continue talking to these people, I might actually like have my brain might start melting out of my ear and I may actually have like a breakdown on stream. I want to go play some video games, relax in Minecraft now. Okay. Ah, all righty then. Yes, the cologne is all ball sack scented. That's correct. That's what everyone's looking for, actually. Anyway, all right. Let's end the show. Careful. Ugh. There's nothing worse when you're hoping you're going to hit a goal and you're trying to keep your eye for contributions and you get spam emails instead. It's very frustrating.
Okay, y'all. We're done. We're done. I'm tired. It's late. I just had to add that little last tidbit in there because, I mean, he hit the goal, obviously, but he was real stressed. My freaking mic died right before I was about to do my outro, so I'm just gonna have to live with the bad audio at the very end. But okay, guys, thank y'all for sticking around. I hope you'll enjoy this video. It's a long one, but I had to cover all of that shit because it was absolutely foul, disgusting, and just sad behavior. So what do you say about that little weenie butt? What did I call him? Weenie pal. Look at you, look at this little Pete's. Y'all have a chance to win him on my what is it? Live stream on Saturday. So make sure to be there. Bye, weenie.